So today is a big day. It's tribunal day. I'm feeling pretty confident, which that's kind of come and gone over the last few weeks. It's been a full year, 13 months since the original application got turned down. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've obviously gathered quite a bit more evidence during that time. So there isn't really any way they can turn it down, or so I hope. I know they're going to give me a pretty tough time in there, but I can talk for England. So, I mean, I've had the school psychologist in this morning seeing my son, so he pulled me aside for like a little, what was meant to be a 5-minute chat, and I think I talked his ear off for 40 minutes. So, yeah, I can talk, and especially when it comes to Jaden, they're not really going to be able to shut me up, so they'll probably be cutting me off for the next question. The main things that they turned it down on, they picked out like really stupid little comments, like rather than going with like the speech and language report at the level that he was at, they pulled out like stupid little comments from a report from his nursery that he'd already left by that point, which said he was a confident talker. So obviously that, although they quoted the full sentence which said Jaden's now a confident talker, which I mean he was yeah, he was talking in sentences some of the time, but the full quote that they put in the mandatory reconsideration pack said, he's a confident talker. Some days he talks in sentences, some days the ladies only hear yes or no. Is that a confident talker? I wouldn't say so. And that was the quote that they used to say that he was making significant enough progress that he didn't need additional support in those kind of areas. So they can pull out literally anything, but then obviously you come back at them with, well, let's look at a speech and language report from around that time. What does the speech and language report say? Does that say he's a confident talker at that point? No. So yeah, they will pull out the most insignificant little things and make them into something that takes everything else away. The main thing that we're going in with today for our evidence is the reports from the school psychologist, which obviously say that he was going into school with significant support. And that significant support all of the time, whether he's got one-to-one support or not, he's got things in place for him, procedures, ways for him to cope all of the time. He always has to be addressed. Any task, if it's directed to the whole class, he'll always then have to be reiterated specifically Jaden and then what he needs to be doing. So that's my biggest argument, is if he needs that significant level of support at school, then obviously he needs a significant level of support at home too. I've got a solicitor coming with me. He's done I don't really know what they call it, but like a overview for the judge, and he's put in that overview that in his opinion this tribunal should have been cancelled at the time that report was put in, and they should have overturned the decision by the time that they had some of the further reports that we've submitted over the past year. So potentially this could have been stopped, say 9 months ago, when they've had new evidence come in. They could have just said, right, okay, actually, now we've looked at this new evidence. Or they could have asked for additional evidence. They could have contacted even that nursery at the time and said, right, can we just, a quote from, not in a nasty way, but probably an 18-year-old, 19-year-old girl with no special needs, a background, to have made one little comment in his report, which all she really meant was, when he started, it was completely non-verbal, and now he's talking. That's all she meant. But for them, that was enough to make that into quite a big comment. And obviously the other thing that they use is anything being age appropriate. So at the time he was 3.5, he's now closer to 5. So things that may be, needing reins in public may well have been age appropriate 3.5, just about. At 5, he's the only child in that school that walks to school with reins. So that, to me, isn't something that they can kind of use against me. So yeah, I will update you all later on how it goes, but I'm feeling pretty good. Just waiting for the solicitor to come now, and then we'll be making our way over to court.